1. When using UWorld test preparation resources, which adult learning principle is best applied to help learners retain complex medical concepts? A. Passive repetition. B. Self-directed learning. C. Rote memorization. D. Instructor-led review. 2. In designing a curriculum around UWorld practice tests, which method ensures evaluation aligns with actual test objectives? A. Developing random quiz questions. B. Mapping questions to content domains. C. Using only past test items. D. Creating visual-only materials. 3. What is the most effective strategy for mentoring students using UWorld's performance analytics? A. Reviewing only incorrect answers. B. Providing personal performance feedback and goal setting. C. Encouraging faster test completion. D. Ignoring performance metrics. 4. A nurse educator uses UWorld to teach clinical reasoning. Which technique enhances transfer of learning? A. Memorizing rationales. B. Case-based discussion of question rationales. C. Reviewing only high-yield facts. D. Skipping difficult topics. 5. When designing a learning plan that incorporates UWorld questions, what is the best strategy to accommodate different learning styles? A. Assign identical materials to all learners. B. Offer multimodal resources such as visuals, rationales, and group discussions. C. Focus only on text-based questions. D. Eliminate collaborative learning activities. 6. When evaluating student progress through UWorld test banks, which method provides the most valid feedback? A. Peer grading. B. Progress tracking with item analysis. C. Random score comparison. One-time evaluation. 7. Which approach best aligns with formative assessment when using UWorld? A. Grading only final scores. B. Reviewing missed questions weekly to adapt study plans. C. Waiting until exam day for evaluation. D. Ignoring progress reports. 8. What communication technique should a mentor use to discuss low UWorld scores constructively? A. Criticizing lack of effort. B. Using supportive, feedback-focused dialogue. Ignoring weak areas. D. Comparing the student to peers. 9. To ensure regulatory compliance in educational assessment, how should UWorld test data be managed? A. Publicly shared for motivation. B. Confidentially and ethically used for learning improvement. C. Deleted after each test. D. Shared without consent. 10. A student repeatedly fails in practice exams. Which mentoring technique is most appropriate? A. Increase question load. B. Identify learning gaps and adapt strategies. C. Ignore emotional factors. D. Force more memorization. 11. Which curriculum development principle ensures balanced coverage of UWorld topics? A. Using intuitive selection. B. Mapping to competency frameworks. C. Following only student interests. D. Limiting to high-yield items. 12. In adult learning, UWorld's rationales are most effective when learners A. Memorize answers only. B. Analyze explanations for conceptual understanding. C. Skip explanations after correct answers. Focus solely on scoring. A facilitator wants to use UWorld data for summative assessment. What must be considered? A. Validity and reliability of the test content. B. Number of questions attempted. C. Peer consensus. Question color themes. 14. Which is a core advantage of integrating UWorld into blended learning? A. Eliminates instructor role. B. Supports self-paced critical thinking practice. C. Reduces curriculum structure. D. Encourages group memorization. 15. When analyzing performance reports, which indicator shows consistent knowledge improvement? A. Decreasing accuracy rate. B. Increasing percentile rank over time. C. Stable question timing. D. Random score fluctuations. 16. The UWorld test feedback system best supports which learning cycle phase? A. Concrete experience. B. Reflective observation. Abstract conceptualization. D. Active experimentation. 17. What is the most ethical use of UWorld practice materials in a regulated program? A. Sharing test screenshots. B. Using for individual self-assessment only. C. Distributing without permission. D. Selling copies. 18. When developing UWorld-based workshops, what promotes adult motivation? External rewards. B. Relevance to real professional goals. C. Mandatory attendance. D. Long lecture sessions. 19. The best mentoring practice for underperforming students using UWorld is to A. Critique results harshly. B. Identify cognitive patterns and offer adaptive learning techniques. C. Assign more random tests. D. Reduce feedback frequency. 20. Which principle of curriculum design ensures that UWorld practice aligns with real-world clinical competencies? A. Outcome-based education. B. Teacher-centered instruction. C. Randomized topic selection. D. Minimal content exposure. 21. A mentor using UWorld identifies a learner's recurring misconception in pharmacology. Which feedback method is most effective? A. Provide correct answers only. B. Engage in guided questioning to explore reasoning errors. C. Delay feedback until the final review. D. Encourage the learner to guess again. 22. Which approach ensures validity in a curriculum that uses UWorld test questions for evaluation? A. Blueprinting to official exam standards. B. Guessing item relevance. C. Excluding test plan mapping. D. Prioritizing only easy questions. 23. How can UWorld data be used in continuous improvement for faculty? A. To modify instruction based on performance trends. B. To increase question difficulty without rationale. C. To ignore student outcomes. D. To replicate outdated materials. 24. What ensures fairness when using UWorld tests in a regulated training environment? A. Equal access and standardized conditions. B. Selective test distribution. C. Random difficulty allocation. D. Limiting student attempts. 25. In a mentoring setting, which feedback technique promotes reflective learning after UWorld review? A. Asking guiding questions on rationale understanding. B. Giving correct answers directly. C. Ignoring discussion. D. Limiting time for review. 26. Which communication skill enhances collaborative learning in UWorld group review sessions? A. Dominating conversation. B. Active listening and clarification. C. Interrupting frequently. D. Avoiding dissent. 27. A key evaluation principle in using UWorld progress tracking is to A. Assess both process and outcomes. B. Focus only on final results. Skip early scores. D. Use subjective impressions. The principle of adult readiness to learn applies when UWorld users A. Wait until deadlines. B. Engage when the material is applicable to their practice. C. Rely on teacher commands. D. Study without motivation. 29. When building curriculum modules from UWorld questions, what ensures coherence? A. Aligning with learning outcomes. B. Collecting random questions. C. Ignoring sequencing. Using only difficult topics. 30. What best demonstrates mastery in UWorld test review? A. Consistent ability to explain rationales. B. Memorizing question stems. C. Finishing tests faster. D. Matching answer letters. 31. What regulatory standard must be respected in online UWorld use within institutions? A. Data privacy compliance, FERPA-HIPAA. B. Public question sharing. Secured access. Ignoring consent. 32. When mentoring learners, the most supportive approach after UWorld assessments is to A. Discuss strengths and growth areas together. Focus only on failures. C. Avoid performance discussions. D. Compare with peers. 33. Which of the following best reflects criterion referenced evaluation in UWorld practice tests? A. Scoring against defined learning objectives. B. Comparing to peer averages. C. Ranking by percentile only. D. Ignoring standards. 34. What motivates adult learners to persist in UWorld preparation? A. Immediate applicability and feedback. B. Repetition without context. C. External competition. D. Forced scheduling. 35. A learning facilitator analyzing UWorld results finds consistent low scores in pharmacology. What is the best response? A. Add targeted modules addressing weaknesses. B. Ignore and continue. C. Remove pharmacology content. D. Shorten the study plan. 36. What is the key benefit of UWorld's question rationales for cognitive development? A. Encourages critical reasoning beyond memorization. B. Reinforces rote learning. C. Provides only answer keys. D. Shortens learning time. When integrating UWorld into competency-based training, the instructor must ensure A. Alignment with required performance outcomes. Arbitrary question use. C. Single assessment method. D. Ignoring competency mapping. 38. Which element best defines effective communication during UWorld feedback? A. Empathy and clarity. Technical jargon. Dismissive tone. Minimal explanation. 39. What is the best way to assess learner progress with UWorld over time? A. Longitudinal tracking of topic performance trends. One-time testing snapshot. C. Peer comparison. D. Ignoring progress graphs. 40. To reinforce adult learning during UWorld reviews, instructors should A. Encourage self-reflection and reasoning articulation. B. Limit explanation sharing. C. Focus only on scoring. D. Avoid discussion groups.